Renowned for its high society, Grand Prix and scandal, the Principality of Monaco. Here, the price for a square metre of land is the most expensive in the world. Hence, the tall buildings. After the Vatican, it's the smallest yet most unique sovereign state in the world. A fairy tale land on the sunny Côte d'Azur, located between Italy and France. The city of Monte Carlo contains the Principality's most famous symbol, the casino. Designed by the architect of the Paris Opera House, Charles Garnier, this superb casino was built in 1878. This outstanding building of the Belle Époque is located within a fabulous garden. It's here that the seriously wealthy stake their fortune. With the opening of the casino, this previously relatively poor mini-state developed into the famous and glorious principality it is today. Although banned in France, in 1862, Charles III permitted gambling to take place here. But it was not an immediate success. However, businessman François Blanc was given the sole gambling license in the Principality, and with this created a luxurious oasis with a casino, opera house, and lavish hotels on one of Monaco's two rocks. Finally, this rendezvous of the rich and famous was born. Although the terrace provides the casino's 480,000 annual visitors with a glorious view, the allure of the gambling tables keeps them well and truly indoors. La Condamine, the harbour district with its typical French atmosphere and overlooking apartments, connects Monaco Ville with Monte Carlo. Luxury yachts anchor in the harbour throughout the year. They travel from all over the world to visit this much sought-after tax haven and exclusive casino paradise. There are few places where the lifestyle of so many billionaires is on full display for all to see. As Monaco's boats are vulnerable to heavy seas, the harbour defences have been extensively reinforced, and now provide good shelter against the relentless forces of nature that pay little heed to the Principality's big spenders. Each year, the stands for the annual Monaco Grand Prix are erected on the main street, in front of the city's towering apartment blocks. To bypass the Principality's crowded and hilly streets, small taxi boats constantly travel along the shoreline. The small votive chapel of Saint-Devote is dedicated to Monaco's female patron saint, whose boat became stranded here in the 4th century. From the harbour, there's a good view high above the Palais de France. A wide and secure path leads up to the large rock plateau of La Roche, upon which Monaco Ville is crowned with its princely palace. The palace was built here in 1215, on a former mighty Genoese fortress. The palace is always well guarded. Each day at 5 minutes to 12, something special happens. The changing of the guard takes place in front of the Moorish-styled palace entrance. The palace guard puts on a perfect performance that pleases the tourists, who show their appreciation with a loud round of applause. In 1297, disguised as a monk, Francois Grimaldi and a band of armed followers broke into the fortress and overwhelmed its Genoese occupants. But in 1308, another Grimaldi decided to do things legally and purchased the rock from Genoa, and the family ruled until 1731. Next followed the monarchs of the Goyon de Matignon dynasty, who took the name Grimaldi and are still in power today. Since 1911, Monaco has been a French protectorate, but possesses its own constitutional monarchy. The casino and its existence as a tax haven brought the Principality very real wealth and prosperity, but the dream required one more element: a princess. It was quite clear to the entire world that Prince Rainier was searching for the perfect bride, and he was not disappointed. Hollywood star Grace Kelly became the Princess Gracia Patricia. The The main street of Monaco Ville's old town, the Rue Basse, is in fact a narrow alley that leads from Palace Square across the densely populated Rock Hill. The splendidly renovated houses in the narrow alleys date from the Middle Ages. All the picturesque details of the houses and narrow alleys of the old town are straight off a picture postcard. The Rue Basse suddenly opens up to reveal a small fountain in front of a tiny chapel. Most days, tourists congregate here from all over the world to enjoy the unique ambience of the Côte d'Azur's famous joie de vivre. Even the government buildings are like a small Italian palace that has been recently restored. This is where the 18-member National Council and 15 members of the District Council meet, along with one French Minister of State. A large number of tourists crowd around the Bishop's Monument and take in the atmosphere while enjoying coffee and a tasty gâteau. As was common during the Middle Ages, the buildings and palaces are decorated with the busts of dignitaries. Newly built villas have been designed to fit in with the old buildings. The Grimaldi dynasty successfully managed to maintain its heritage and ensure its survival for future generations. The facade of the Palace of Justice is reminiscent of an Italian Gothic palace, but a smaller version. Here, space is at a premium. The neo-Roman Monaco Cathedral was built around 1897. It stands on the foundations of a 13th century church. It consists of white stone from La Turbie that gives it a special quality in the evening sun. During each liturgical festival, Mass is conducted here, including the festival of Saint Devote on the 24th of January and the national celebration on the 19th of November. playful Byzantine decorations adorn the sacred building. A touch of exotica in the south of France. The cathedral's large interior is dominated by the main altar designed by Louis Braille and the Archbishop's throne that is constructed of white Carrara marble. This is also the location of the grave of ex-Hollywood actress Princess Grace of Monaco, who died tragically in a car accident. This is where the Monegasques honor their beloved and noble princess. From the opposite side of Monaco Ville, it is apparent that the old town was built on a rocky plateau that slopes down steeply to the sea. Here, Prince Albert established the Oceanographic Museum. The monumental facade of this architectural masterpiece towers 85 meters above the sea. And of course, a round trip on the Azure Express is an absolute must. The train journey starts in front of the museum. A leisurely drive leads down to the harbour area. Past the little squares of the Condamine quarter, and through its winding alleys that lead to a breathtaking view across the harbour. Then, further on, past the festively decorated Monte Carlo casino and a magnificent park set within this recently created, constantly changing and luxurious area. Once more we travel downhill, along winding streets that are pressed closely to the rock, and this is followed by a drive up a canyon-like road. Past ever-present, neatly dressed policemen, steep rock walls, and through small tunnels. Monaco is synonymous with well-ordered prosperity, perfect infrastructure, but also extreme conservatism, far removed from the jet set. The small tourist train reaches the large square in front of the palace. Once again, we pass the huge cathedral. And the exciting round trip on the Azure Express has come to an end. Now there is just enough time for a visit to the Jardin EXOTIQUE. With its many thousands of plants, this incredible garden is a place of splendid tranquility and certainly worth a visit. This famous botanical garden appears to cling to the rock face in the Moneghetti quarter, high above the Principality. During the 16th century, the garden's first amazing cacti were imported from the American continent and have since been tended and cultivated with a great deal of loving care. Against common belief, the fact is that cactus blossom does not solely open during the night, but also remains visible throughout the entire day. Within their roots, stalks and leaves, the cactus stores a large amount of water, therefore allowing it to survive in extremely dry regions. The extraordinary microclimate of the Côte d'Azur has made this garden a special place that is admired by all who see it. From among the cacti, there's a stunning view across the bay. In the center of the garden, there's an entrance to a prehistoric cave. The route leads deep down into an enchanting realm of stalactites and stalagmites. After a steep walk, we return to the full light of day, back to the real world. This is where our tour of the Principality ends. From above, there's an intriguing view of this wonderful place. Romance, luxury, glamour, wealth, sunshine and fascination. All together they spell Monaco.